everybody. I'm Miss Susan. I want to welcome you back to Buford First UMC Children's Church. I hope that everybody had a truly happy and blessed Easter, and I'm so glad that you're with me today. I want to talk with you a little bit more about what happens as the Easter story continues. After Jesus was crucified, lots of people were talking about the things that they had seen and the things that they had heard. Specifically, two of Jesus' disciples. One day, they were taking a walk on the way to Emmaus. And as they walked along, they were talking about the things that they had heard and what all had happened with the crucifixion. At that time, a third man came up and was walking with them, and he asked, "Hey, where are you guys headed?" And the disciples said, "We're going to Emmaus." And the third guy said, "Hey, do you mind if I walk with you?" And they said, "Sure." And so as they walked along, they continued to talk about Jesus. The third guy looked at them and said, "Who is this Jesus guy you're talking about?" And the disciples said, "Who is Jesus? Where have you been, dude? Under a rock? You don't know about Jesus? You haven't heard about Jesus?" And the third guy just continued to listen. As they walked along, they talked more and more about the things that Jesus had done and how they thought Jesus was going to be their king. And as the day grew long and the nightfall came, they asked the third guy to join them for a meal. So they all sat down to eat, and as they began to eat, the third guy picked up a piece of bread and broke it. It was at that time that the two disciples realized that the third guy was actually Jesus. They looked at each other in astonishment. They were like, "No way! You're Jesus! Oh my gosh, do you see what I'm seeing? This is Jesus." Jesus merely smiled and said, "Yes, it is I." And at that point, he disappeared. Well, the two disciples were just freaking out looking at each other. They were like, "Oh my gosh, did you see what I just saw? Did we really just see that?" They were so excited that they jumped up and they bolted out of the house and sprinted back to Jerusalem. They busted in where the rest of the disciples were, and they said, "Oh my word, let me tell you what we have seen. Let me tell you what we have found." And they said, and if you want to find out what happens in the rest of the story, you'll have to watch the Bible story, which the link is on BufordFirstUMC.org. And I want to know what you think about that, so please watch it and tell me. There's also a craft for this week that goes along with our story, and it's also on our website if you want to check it out. I also want to let you know that VBS is still happening, and we would love to have your kids join us. The link is on our website, and you can register online, and if you want to mail in a check, you can do that as well. We do still need volunteers for kindergarten, pre-K, and second grade. So I hope you'll pray about that and think about that. And I just can't wait to hear from you guys again next week. Let's close with a prayer. Dear God, thank you for your love. Thank you for your blessings. And please help me to share your love with others. Amen. Take care, you guys. Miss Susan loves you and Jesus does too. See you next week. Bye.